Happening today, the New York subway gunman will soon make his first court appearance. And a victory for Ukraine after officials say a Russia warship was struck by Ukrainian missiles. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Baseball is finally making its way back to American Family Field today. The Brewers will take on the St. Louis Cardinals at 4:14 this afternoon. If you're headed to the game, there are a few things you ought to know. If you're tailgating, parking lots open 3 hours before the game. You can only have one vehicle per space, and you have to have a game ticket to get in. We have a map of the parking up on our website, channel3000.com. You also can only use gas or propane grills, that is. You also have to wrap up 30 minutes after the start of the game. And when you get into the stadium, concessions are still cashless, so make sure you have a debit or credit card. You can carry in a sealed bottle of water, juice, or soda that's 32 ounces or smaller, and personal-sized food items like a small sandwich or a piece of fruit are allowed. You can also bring in a bag that's 9 by 5 by 2 inches or smaller. If it's bigger, it has to be cleared. Sports Director Zach Hanley will be on live at 4 this afternoon. He'll share some post-game coverage later on in the evening. For more information, head to channel3000.com. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A very cool tailgate in Milwaukee this afternoon.
It is much colder, and it's also windier out there, Mark. And we're still tracking more of that wind that's moving in, along with some additional cloud cover. This cloud cover is going to be associated with some snow flurries that are generally going to fly to the north of us for the most part. But, yep, there's still some moisture in there. And we've seen some snow flurries flying back to our north and west with the colder air that we've had in place. This is the kind of cloud cover I've been expecting all morning, though, where it's broken up and you're able to see blue sky in between. But every now and then, I can't rule out a flurry, especially to our north. 37 in Madison right now. Winds out of the west and southwest at 14 miles per hour. Our wind chill is still to the upper 20s. You look ahead, we're going to struggle to warm up, but we'll do it. We'll make it into the low 40s for those highs into the afternoon, and we will continue to stay cooler overall. Still into the 40s by the time we get you towards your evening. It will be very windy, though, as we ramp up the rest of this afternoon and early dinner time.
Middle of April, we're talking wind chills.
Yes, we are.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. The suspect in the New York subway shooting will make his first court appearance today. Kate Smith has more on the 62-year-old's arrest.
A day after being placed in federal custody, Frank James is set to make his first appearance at a Brooklyn court.
We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run.
The 62-year-old subway shooting suspect was arrested without incident in the East Village on Wednesday after tipping off police to his location at a McDonald's, according to investigators. Cops were pointed in his direction by alert locals, like Zach DeHaan.
I see that guy, he walking from the screen. I see him from the cameras. So I thought, oh, this guy, let me call the police.
The subway shooting suspect faces a federal terrorism charge of carrying out violence against mass transit, what prosecutors believe was a premeditated attack.
If convicted, he will face a sentence of up to life imprisonment.
This surveillance video appears to show James entering a subway station early Tuesday morning, before he allegedly detonated smoke bombs and fired 33 shots into a subway car, injuring at least 20 people. Investigators describe him as a lone wolf who posted hours of violent racist rants online, including threats to New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Our children are safe because of the action of the chancellor, the teachers, the principals all over this city.
The New York City native was known to the NYPD and had an arrest record spanning at least 15 years in several states. Kate Smith, CBS News, New York.
The criminal complaint also alleges James abandoned a bag containing fireworks, a plastic container holding gasoline, and a torch following the attack. A deadly police shooting in Michigan has led to outrage and an investigation by state police. 26-year-old Patrick Loyola was killed during a struggle after a traffic stop over a license plate that didn't match the vehicle's registration. Police body cam and security camera footage shows Loyola resisting arrest before running away. After a struggle, the officer fires a shot while on top of him, striking him in the back of the head. The officer is on administrative leave pending an investigation. Loyola was a refugee from the Democratic Republic of Congo and the father of two. Ukraine claims a victory against a Russian warship that had been firing missiles into the southern city of Mariupol. Ukrainian officials say a pair of missiles struck the ship, starting a fire and forcing the crew to abandon it. The Pentagon says Russian forces are preparing to launch a major offensive in eastern Ukraine, and they say President Biden signed off on an $800 million in weapons to help Ukraine in the anticipated battle. The shipments will include howitzer guns, which the Ukrainians asked for in expectation of the impending battle in the Donbas region.
Part of Ukraine is a bit like Kansas, so it's a little bit flatter, it's a little bit more open, and it's the kind of place where we can anticipate that the Russians will want to use tanks and long-range fires, artillery, and rocket fire.
Russian forces have been seen positioning outside the Donbas region, and the Pentagon says the attack could come any day now. Drones have become one of Ukraine's most important weapons in the war, and amateur pilots are using their skills to help their troops. The pilots are on a mission to get more drones to Ukrainian forces. In a secret location near the city of Lviv, friends who used to race drones together before the war are now building them to protect Ukraine.
We can help our country. We can enrich our knowledge. We can share the knowledge between each other.
The group called Punishment from Above has built dozens of drones, some designed for reconnaissance missions and others equipped to drop deadly explosives. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Elon Musk proposes a social media shakeup and a list of the top companies worth working for this year. I'm Elise Preston at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Save up to 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus 60-month special financing. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Inside Ashley off the Beltline and East Springs Drive.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You saw high commission investment products, right?
Nope. Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher Investments.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No. We structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
In this job, I get to know clients really well on a personal level. We figure out the best way we can for you to win, and we try to get the best results for you, not through simply being aggressive, but by fighting smart.
All in to win. Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big Spring Thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our Spring Thaw sale. Save 22% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
People said we couldn't run a successful business using progressive values, but that's exactly what we did. That's how we built the Bucks Arena. We made sure our minority and women-owned businesses were able to grow with it, paying good wages, using materials made in Wisconsin, all done in an environmentally sustainable way. That's the type of thinking we need in the U.S. Senate. We're not going to just talk about issues. I'm going to go to Washington and deliver. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Mattress Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. Do not miss it. Only at Ashley.
nation's biggest banks turned in their quarterly report cards today. Wells Fargo earnings fell short of analysts' expectations, thanks in part to a decline in mortgage lending. Meanwhile, profits at Citigroup and Goldman Sachs tumbled in the first 3 months of 2022, but still beat expectations as the banks navigated a volatile market influenced by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Elon Musk is looking to buy Twitter. The billionaire tech entrepreneur is offering about $43 billion for the social networking service and says he plans to turn it into a private company. The purchase offer comes just days after Musk revealed he owned a more than 9% stake in the company. Google will invest $9.5 billion into offices and data centers in the U.S. this year. The move is expected to create at least 12,000 full-time jobs in several states by the end of 2022. The expansion comes as Google implements a hybrid work policy for its employees. And the results are in for Fortune's best companies to work for. This year, Cisco claimed the top spot, followed by Hilton and supermarket chain Wegmans. Accenture and American Express also made the top 10. Fortune says the list highlighted companies that prioritized employee well-being and fostered cultures of empathy and inclusion. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Elise Preston.
Elise, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 12. The NASDAQ down 229 points. The S&P 500 off 32. Next to new, Pam Yankee has your latest ag numbers. Plus, a Minnesota community is cleaning up after storms damaged nearly every building in town. And hang on to your hats. We're in for a windy day. Chris has your latest forecast when we come back.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Savings up to 65% off for the first time ever. Plus 60-month special financing with no money down. Entire room for only $99 per month. Everything is on sale. Only at Ashley.
Things were really starting to turn worse for my mom. They basically said, that's all we can do.
Right to try is hope when there is no hope.
We had done research on the Zysamy. Apparently it was still in stage 3 clinical trials.
She couldn't have that medication unless it was for the Right to Try Act and Senator Johnson's work.
This is 3 days after the treatment, and you can see the difference. You know, without the efforts of Senator Johnson, my mom wouldn't be here today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
You can get your smile back today. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make high-quality tooth replacement affordable for everyone. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or life-changing dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can help you go ahead and smile. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
Ashley's Beat the Clock Easter Weekend Mattress Sale. Friday, Saturday, Monday only. Get a Tempur-Pedic or Purple mattress for $1 a day. Guaranteed delivery within 5 days on all in-stock mattresses. Do not miss it. Only at Ashley.
A young woman faced with a lifetime of challenges.
You hear your whole life about the limitations, but you never hear about the exceptions.
See how drive, skill, and love for the sport have helped this cheerleader overcome her obstacles to become a champion. Tonight at 6.
A Saturday tradition returns to the Capitol Square. Tomorrow, Josh will have the scoop on what's back and what's new at the Dane County Farmers Market.
Plus, we're planning the day and getting you ready for the Easter weekend. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Hang on to your hats.
Oh, man, you ought to be in a metal building. It feels like the roof's going to come off about every time I turn around. But, yeah, this wind is not to be fooled with, especially if you're a farmer. You know, we got a lot of metal sheds that have big doors. If those big doors aren't secure, I'm afraid they're going to come off at the hinges with this kind of business going on. Hey, I hope that things are going well up in DeForest. Got a phone call that today the DeForest FFA is holding their Food for America program. They are working together with kids to package up 50,000 prepackaged meals that they'll be donating to the Second Harvest Food Bank and area food pantries. They're also raising $14,000 in donated money that they are going to share with those folks that are not necessarily confident about where their next meal is coming from. DeForest FFA is really a wonderful FFA chapter. I think they've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 members, but there's only about 5 of those FFA members that are still on a farm or connected to a farm, but they still keep that community spirit going, sharing the word about where their food comes from. Just want to remind you again, this avian influenza situation is not abated and weather is not going to be helping. Jody Leahy, who is the executive director of the Wisconsin Livestock Identification Consortium, said that they have seen an uptick in the number of people that are looking for their premise identification. Remember, in Wisconsin, if you've even got one bird, you need to let them know where that bird is. It's a part of a biosecurity plan for the state to protect animal agriculture. You can find more and get registered. It's no cost at WIID.org. Yeah, so the markets are done today, Mark. Tomorrow being Good Friday, no trading. Our dairy markets went out with a bang. Barrel cheese finishes the week up 6 at $2.44. 40-pound black cheese up 4 1/4 at $2.37 1/4. Double A butter, that stepped back 2 pennies down to $2.75 1/2. But all of the commodities are going to be wrapped up trading by about 1:15 this afternoon. No trade tomorrow, 3-day weekend. So Farm Babe will be off on her own tomorrow, Good Friday. So we'll catch up with you on Monday.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Have a good Easter.
You too. The Merrimac ferry temporarily shut down today due to the high winds. We have a live look at the ferry. That's not it, unless it's very dark out in Merrimac. Anyway, the ferry sitting on the Wisconsin River. You can see how strong the winds are. Use your imagination. The ferry is free to use and typically runs 24/7 unless the weather is bad. There we go. This is a live look at the ferry. This is from on the North Shore, looking south. Pretty choppy out there. It's probably a good idea that the ferry is temporarily disabled. A tornado damaged nearly every building in the small town of Teope, Minnesota. The mayor's childhood home completely gone. Her 94-year-old mother was still living there but survived. Megan Zempel has more.
It's pretty sad. I've been there 72 years.
This is what's left of Nora Kiefer's home, a place loaded with memories.
All my children were born there. I have 10 children, and they were all born there.
The garage is gone, the house unlivable. Yet this 94-year-old still finds a way to smile a day after suffering a major loss.
Well, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Norma's daughter, Mary, is actually the mayor of this town of roughly 65 people. It's been a tough experience for the entire community.
The worst thing is we probably lost 8 to 10 homes, 8 to 10 structures that probably won't be able to be repaired,
including her childhood home. She says the outpouring of support has been overwhelming.
Everybody's helping us to just dig out right now and make a plan. Everyone tells me they are committed to starting over. They're staying here. We're committed to our town.
Teope is in for months of cleanup. The devastation can be felt by everyone. From cars overturned, this RV as well. This house resembles a dollhouse. The front of it has been ripped off. But through it all, what matters most is lives not lost. Norma says she is here today because she was able to make it to her daughter's house in time.
It's a miracle that everybody lived through this. Because if I stayed in my home, I wouldn't be here.
The damage is remarkable. Here's Chris now. I'm sorry. Here's Chris now with a look at our weather. Good inside the stadium, but a little cool outside.
Yes, it's going to be cooler outside of that stadium and very windy outside of that stadium. Temperatures are only going to be in the 40s if you were headed out to watch the Brewers in their home opener. If you were tailgating, best of luck, because the wind is going to create a wind chill just in the 20s the entire time that you're out and about. We do have wind advisories. They went into effect at 10 o'clock. They're going to last until 7, right along that state line, the area where I said our wind gusts would likely be the highest. We do have high wind warnings from Iowa throughout parts of northern Illinois all the way into Chicagoland. So it's going to be a windy period, folks. Our wind gusts will be upwards of 45, 50, maybe even 55 or 60 miles per hour as you get closer towards the state line. So do be prepared for the strong wind sticking with us. By 7 o'clock, we'll start to see those winds relax just a wee bit. Still breezy, though. And we're going to keep that breeze around into your Friday as well. It's not until late Friday night that we're finally going to start to see these winds relax a little bit, but it's still going to be on the chillier side. Speaking of the chillier side, check this out. Temperatures are all about 25 to 30 degrees colder than they were 24 hours ago, especially from about Dane County eastward. Back towards the west, you're still 10 to 20 degrees colder than 24 hours ago. Janesville, 27 degrees colder, 24 degrees cooler in Milwaukee. Madison, 29 degrees colder than this time yesterday. It was in the 60s this time yesterday. We've yet to get out of the 30s today, except for Janesville. They finally done it. They are at 43. Milwaukee and Kenosha have done it, especially right along that lakeshore. But it has been 30s and 20s all morning long. Now we're into the afternoon, and a lot of us are still seeing those temperature trends that are in the 30s and 20s. In fact, it is 37 for us. You can actually see the camera kind of shaking in the wind. I'm a little closer to it, but every now and then our station camera begins to shake. Winds are sustained out of the west and southwest at 14 miles per hour. They are gusting to much higher. Our wind chill is in the upper 20s. As I said this morning, we were going to keep those wind chills in the 20s pretty much all day. Doppler track showing us some flurry activity, mainly across central and northern Wisconsin. We'll see if any of this is able to graze us, but I really expect it to generally stay farther to our north. I can't rule out the possibility of seeing one. But even then, future track, barely seeing the flurry activity that's out there already. 44 for your high this afternoon. We'll try our best. Any cloud cover could inhibit that a bit. 31 overnight tonight. Back into the 40s tomorrow. Another mix of sun and clouds for your Friday and into your Saturday. In fact, your Easter weekend, that's one that we're going to see a little bit of everything in terms of the cloud cover, the cool. We could even see some snow by the time we get you towards the later part of Easter. Here's the bottom line. I want to leave you with this. Bring the trash cans or loose outdoor items in if you haven't already. They might be down the street if you have not done it already, but make sure you're bringing those in because it's going to be windy, and use that caution driving any high-profile vehicles while you're out and about. Wind chills also are going to be staying in the 20s all day, all the way into the afternoon. 46 on Friday, 44 Saturday. The snow chance arrives Easter night into early Monday morning before we go over to rain by Monday afternoon.
Wow. Not much hope there, is there?
We will get there, Mark. We will get
I saw 60 at the end.
At the end. We will get there.
All right. Thank you, Chris. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, let's see what Howard's preparing for his Easter dinner in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
A show-stopping dessert just in time for Easter. Not only is it easy, it'll put a smile on your face, too.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
My mom was a bank teller, but her hands were so crippled by arthritis she could no longer do her job. She applied for Social Security disability benefits. Like most people, my mom was denied. I'm attorney Don Becker. Don't be embarrassed and don't give up. My mom appealed. You can too. Disability law is all we do.
Call the Becker Law Office, 608-640-3868.
Enough! This doom and gloom ends now.
It's time for a brighter view. Let the sun shine in with 2-for-1 windows from Feldco. no interest until 2023.
2-for-1 windows from Feldco ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Spring is in the air. The birds are back, the days are warmer, and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Brewers Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Brewers Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Brewers Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton. Your outdoor living experts.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
With Easter just days away, we're sharing a show-stopping dessert that'll grab everyone's attention. It's a rich-tasting coconut cake that starts with a supermarket shortcut and ends with lots of oohs and ahs. In fact, it's so good, it'll have your guests asking for seconds. We start by combining a package of white cake mix with some coconut milk, not cream of coconut, a bit of oil, and a few eggs. After the batter is smooth, we pour it into a couple of 8-inch cake pans. Then we bake these until the centers are set, which takes about a half an hour. While they bake and cool, we make a vanilla buttercream by beating together some butter, coconut milk, vanilla, and a good amount of powdered sugar. After the cakes cool, we top one of the layers with our buttercream, then place the second layer on top and frost the whole thing with the rest of the buttercream. To finish it off, we cover with coconut before decorating it. You can use jelly beans, bunnies, or whatever you have that's fun and festive. To get the recipe for our ultimate coconut cake, all you need to do is hop on our website. Imagine this as the centerpiece of your table. I'm Howard with Kelly, who loves the holidays. And today we found a very hoppy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. Mocha, this 15-year-old senior, is a friendly girl who likes lots of pets, and in return, she'll give head bumps. But don't let Mocha's age fool you. She's still curious and vivacious. Mocha also enjoys having her beautiful tortoiseshell-colored coat brushed. She's looking for a home where she can enjoy basking in the sun on her lazy days and hanging out with family to shower them with love and affection. In recognition of National Pet ID Week next week, Dane County Humane Society will offer special rates to microchip dogs and cats. Microchipping will cost $15 for each dogs and cats, while personalized ID tags will cost $5. These discounted rates will be available at DCH's main shelter and during the microchip clinic from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesday, April 19th at Mound's Pet Food Warehouse in Sun Prairie. To learn more, go to giveshelter.org/events. And last week's pet, Joanna the dog, is still available for adoption. If you're interested in adopting Mocha or Joanna or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And here's Chris now with one final check of the forecast.
We are staying windy as we go through the rest of this afternoon. Temperatures are going to stay on the chillier side, only in the 40s. Wind chills stay into the 20s pretty much all afternoon long. More clouds are rolling their way in as we speak.
All right, Chris, thank you. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.